Kids visit Gaga the dentist. Visit 4 of 15 visits. Mouthwash web adventures for kids. Wally's tour guide for kids web adventure number 1. Wally Webb's Mouthwash web adventures for kids. Wally's travel brochure for adventure number 7. Here is what you will discover in this adventure, kids. It's a plaque attack on teeth and tongue. You again will make lots of discoveries in this book. Visit 7, a plaque attack on teeth and tongue. There's the front cover. Page 10 of Visit 10 to Gaga the dentist. There's a lovely drawing for you to be able to do. You'll learn how to do that very easily, and that'll make you very knowledgeable about what happens when you let your teeth go bad. The cartoon from page 3 with Padpaw and Gaga. Adventure number 7 soundtrack. Hi kids, listen to this track number 9 from the CD for your smile to shine. Enjoy a plaque attack on teeth and tongue.
A big welcome again, kids, to Visit 7 to Gaga the dentist. This visit is called A Plaque Attack on Teeth and Gums. If you cut an orange in halves from stem end to the opposite bottom side, it is a bit like what a tooth would look like if you could cut it in halves from top to bottom. Of course, the shapes are different. On the outside of the orange you can see the thick, hard skin. The hard outside of a tooth is called enamel. Next to the skin on the inside of the orange it is firm but not hard, and there are lots of little lines running from the outside to the middle. This part of a tooth is called dentine. It is hard but not as hard as enamel. It has lots of little lines running from the outside into the middle. These lines are tiny little nerves. These nerves can be sensitive to hot, to cold or to touch, just like your skin can be sensitive. In the middle of an orange you can see a few stringy things going down to the stem end. In a tooth, the middle is called the pulp. The stringy things in a tooth are bigger nerves than in the dentine. Some of the stringy things are called blood vessels. They are like the ones under your skin. If you cut them, they bleed. Tooth nerves and blood vessels go to the bottom of the tooth into the bone which holds the tooth firm. The part of a tooth above the bone is called the crown. The part in the surrounding bone is called the root, just like a tree in the ground. The enamel is very, very hard because it has millions of special called minerals. They fit together like bricks in a wall. The dentine is not as hard because it does not have as many minerals in it. Also, it has tiny, thousands of them, little nerves. The pulp does not have any minerals in it. It has only big nerves and blood vessels. Your tongue is made up of lots of muscles, nerves, blood vessels and millions of taste buds, which look like little fingers. A plaque attack makes it look a horrible colour, taste awful and smell. Nasties in plaque or even in some foods and drinks attack enamel. They dissolve the minerals on the surface, then they dissolve them in the next layer of minerals and in the next. If they are allowed to, they will attack all the way through to the dentine. If lots of minerals in lots of layers are dissolved, a hole will form in the enamel surface. It's then called decay, and the hole is called a cavity. When the attack reaches the dentine, nasties then attack the minerals in the dentine and dissolve them too. And it will start to hurt because when the hole gets into the dentine, it will also let in some lurkies. Some of these will attack the tiny little nerves. When the lurkies get into the pulp, they attack the nerves and the blood vessels. Wow, that can really hurt. When the attack goes right down to the tip of the end of the root, it will get into the bone. Then these horrible lurkies and nasties will attack bone, nerves, blood vessels in the bone. If touched, the tooth will hurt. If the attack goes on for longer, it will make an abscess at the end of the root, a big sore in the bone. This can be terribly painful. It might even spread and make a swelling on the face. Next, I want you to learn a little bit more about a very special place where decay can start. On the top surface of your back teeth there are sometimes shallow grooves. Sometimes they might be deep. It is very difficult and sometimes impossible for you to clean down to the bottom of these grooves. So, if decay starts in them, it is not your fault, no matter how well your cleaning is. The names for these grooves are pits and fissures. They are called pits if it is just a spot, fissures if it is like a line. You cannot do anything about them, but your dentist or your dental therapist can fill them up with plastic to stop anything getting into them and staying in them and then causing decay. This is called fissure sealing when it is filled up with plastic. Now I want you to draw the parts of a tooth showing the enamel, the dentine and the pulp. It must also show the crown and the root and the bone. Now draw another tooth with all these parts, but also draw a small hole just into the enamel. Next, draw another tooth showing the hole going through the enamel and also just into the dentine. Then draw another tooth where the hole goes into the enamel, through the dentine and into the pulp as well. Finally, draw another tooth where the bone at the root tip has an abscess. Practice these drawings over and over again. Well kids, that's the end of that visit.
Kids Visit 10 video. The video you just watched has now been edited and available in DVD format. It's a recommended resource for kids' parents, teachers and schools. And the DVD is available from drgarth-pettit.com/DVD-visits-1-to-15. And these are the tracks 1 to 15 on the DVD. Mouthwise oral healthcare websites. Well, we've got a selection of websites for you. The main site and the Mouthwise web school for kids is on drgarthpettit.com. An e-commerce site, oralhealthhelpsite.com. For parents and teachers and schools, there's an interesting one, mouthwiselife.com. There's a great one for kids, it's allaboutaSmile.com. I've got a blog site, prevent-oral-disease-in-children.blogspot.com, and there's another oral healthcare information site, oralhealthcare.info. Now here is a recent book that I published, Sensational Smiles, simple advice for your smile to shine from teenage to old age. I strongly recommend everyone aged from teenage to golden old age to read this book. Everyone who has accepted the advice to brush your teeth is prone to become a victim of oral disease for as long as they continue to follow that advice. The information for readers of this book will, if they accept the advice to treat your whole mouth, will more predictably prevent all common oral diseases, such as tooth decay, gum disease, bad breath, stained teeth, will more predictably prevent diseases that recent research has associated with oral diseases, general diseases such as heart attack, atherosclerosis, hardening of the arteries, and diabetes have recently been linked with chronic long-term gum diseases. Will start to enjoy the many benefits of oral health, will save themselves multi-dollars for future treatment costs for the rest of their life, will create sensational smiles. There's the front cover, there's the back cover.